going to just tilt this down a little bit.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Kang. How are you?
Hi. Hello. Happy December. I'm going to turn this light off. We're still kind of getting set up a little bit today. There we go. And can you tilt it down just like a little bit more so you can see the bowls and stuff? Yay! Okay, so we're making holiday cookies today. Happy December. How's everybody doing? Hi, Con. Okay, so we're gonna make some ginger sparkle cookies. This is a family recipe. This is something that my grandmother used to make when I was growing up, and I thought it would be a really fun thing to make now. Ginger sparkle cookies are something that I remember always having at the holidays. It's really just a ginger cookie that's rolled in sugar, basically. That's the sparkle.
I was going to ask if the sparkle was figurative or literal.
It's a little bit of both. I think the one thing that you can kind of mix up about is what kind of sugar it's rolled in. We're going to try it with granulated and turbinado sugar today, but you can also do, I've seen them like rolled in like colored sparkly sugars, you know? Like, have you seen, do you know what I mean? Like the little sugar, like it's sort of like turbinado sugar, but it's
different
green
colors.
Or
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's a staple of all childhood cookie decorating.
Right. Classes. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. But yeah, I'm excited about this.
And for folks who are veterans of this live stream or here for the first time.
Dan, pop your head in also so they can see you.
Oh, hi, I'm Dan. I was just going to say, if this is like a conversation as well as a demonstration. So if there are cookies that you always make generally or at this time of year and you want to let us know about them, you should put it in the chat.
Yeah. I'd love to hear about your family treat recipes, whether they're cookies or other sort of desserts and that kind of thing, both for the holidays and in general. I love a family recipe.
Yeah, extra points if you post the delicious cookie recipe in the chat for purposes.
Yeah, for us to eat later, basically. Very willing to try out all your family recipes. Okay.
For science.
That's right. So to make some ginger sparkle cookies, the first thing I need to do is I have 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is well hidden here, but butter. And I'm going to break this in half also as I pull it apart, just so that
I thought you were going to
you thought I was going to like Hulk Hogan. I thought about it. Is that Hulk Hogan? No, the Hulk. Yeah, not Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan wishes he could break butter.
Right. Yeah, I am going to break it up with my spatula before I go at it with I have a hand mixer. This is a one bowl recipe, and I'm just using a hand mixer, so this is a super easy.
You've had that hand mixer for like longer than we've known each other, right?
Yeah, well, the hand mixer and I come as a package deal. I for a very long time, this is like the only thing I baked with, equipment-wise. It was just this hand mixer and me going through the world. Maybe with I had a big plastic Red Bull that I think still lives here somewhere. But I
think I know that Red Bull.
Yeah. All right, so 3/4 of a cup of butter, and this is one cup of brown sugar. I'm just going to pop in here. And like I said, I'm going to just break the butter up a little bit before I start with my hand mixer because it just will speed up the process slightly. But yeah, so my mom's mom used to make these. My mom is also a great baker. Don't look. I have a swap that's going to come out of the oven right now. But try not to peek.
In the meantime, while Emily is doing movie magic, Freya's Journey says was looking at an Italian pinch cookie recipe. Want to try?
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever heard of a pinch cookie. But
where can I hide this? Oh, here. There's a metal chair down here. I'm gonna put this on. Don't sit on this chair, Dan.
I love to sit.
It'll be very hot.
Do you know what a pinch cookie is?
Pinch cookie. No. Is it? No, I don't actually. Come to think of it, I was thinking of spritzes. I think, but is a pinch cookie like you pinch it off of like the dough roll, or is it like something else entirely? Tell me about it.
Let us know, Freya's Journey. All right.
Okay, the butter's actually getting pretty soft because it's pretty warm in here. As cold as it is outside in New York, our apartment is blazing hot because
there's only 2 speeds in New York.
Yeah, a lot of older New York buildings have like the heat is on or it's off. Those are the options. And today the heat is on in our apartment, which is very on.
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah, we prefer on. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna just hand mix this real fast. Basically, I'm just creaming together brown sugar and butter. I'll bring the camera over a few times so you can see close up. Oh yeah. You want a cameraman? Whoa! This is gonna take a second.
Yeah, if you came here for the ASMR aspect, then you came to the wrong place.
Or you're into my kind of ASMR. Very loud and vision related.
And what consistency are you trying to get to?
So I want this to be like a fluffy mix, like completely combined and fluffy.
And how do you know? I always worry when I use that hand mixer that I'm gonna like wreck the side of the bowl. Like, how do you know?
I just know that it doesn't. My mom had this same bowl, but in a different color when I was a kid.
Yeah, I can see it getting a little more.
Yeah, so you see how it's like. Wait, no, put that off. So you see how it's much more combined already. That's really, for some recipes, you want to go like 8 to 10 minutes when you're creaming together butter and sugar. But with cookies, especially for cookies at home, I think until it's pretty combined and then give it like another minute is more than enough.
Ooh, it's the Polish Freya's Journey 3016 says pinch cookies resemble the Polish kolaki cookie, which we also I don't think have tried, but would love to try.
Yeah, we're obviously underinformed on our cookie recipes.
We're gonna have to eat a whole lot more cookies if this industry is gonna take us seriously.
I'm willing and able. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one more minute and we're done with that. And by minute, I mean a few seconds. I'm not gonna make you wait for this. I have a swap. Oh, hello. That's not good.
Nah, I'm sure just it's the equivalent of the ejector seat button in like the Top Gun movie, you know?
What's good? There we go.
There you go.
All right, we're good. Everything's fine.
But is it done anyway?
Yeah, that's good enough. I declare that good enough.
You haven't retired the mixer because it's going to come back.
Yeah, I'm going to keep mixing as we go. So yeah, ginger sparkle cookies, 3/4 of a cup of butter, 1 cup of brown sugar. Next thing I'm going to add is an egg and 1/4 cup of molasses. Molasses is something I feel like you really only see it in baking, except that I grew up eating it as like on like basically just on a piece of bread or toast. No, not even cold bread, because you get the butter and then the molasses, and the butter would create like a hydrophobic layer to keep the molasses sort of like up.
Oh, weird.
But it was really tasty. But that's like a my dad treat. Huh. He would be like, "It's a delicious dessert."
I always think about molasses as like a very old timey, like I don't know. Wasn't there like a big molasses flood that killed a lot of people?
Yeah, there was. I'm gonna wash my hands real fast. It was that was in Boston, I want to say.
I think so, or London or something.
Oh, but, maybe London. Who can tell the difference?
But
just kidding. I can tell the difference.
I think no, there's someone on the screen. I think molasses are also in addition to like baking stuff. Isn't it a byproduct of like alcohol making, or isn't it used in alcohol? Molasses?
Oh, I have no idea. I thought it was from sugar.
Right, but I thought I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I know like rum, I think, is like in the molasses spectrum.
So if you just keep going, or
but molasses themselves are definitely not alcoholic at all.
No, yeah. Anyway,
my handy paper towel will stay there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to. We're going back to Nova Scotia for the holidays, so I am looking forward to that. Nova Scotia has a lot of good baked goods broadly, not just my family, but like I think maybe because it's cold. Maybe because it's like historically pretty British and Scottish, and I feel like they're very into the baking and French, right. Also baking. 1/4 cup of
Canada
molasses.
Generally, I think, has
good
a really
snacks.
Good snack and dessert game.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say because I feel like it's so cold that like you can use it.
Yeah.
You need the extra layer.
Gotta stay warm, and get ready for hibernation.
Yeah. So hopefully this is the first in like a long line of cookies we'll be eating in the next few weeks.
Also, just Googled it, and you were right that rum is made from fermented molasses.
Okay, all right. Okay, brain. Thank you. Thank you for knowing that inside of my head somewhere. I also saw, I'm about to blend this again, so talk amongst yourselves in a second. But
I can bring it over again.
Yeah, come on over and take a peek. I also saw that Epicurious released our chicken tender video today, which I will talk about in just a second. Oh, I have to actually... We have the extension cord set up in a funny place, so I'm just going to have to do that.
So, like, what consistency are you going for?
I want it to be consistent, basically. I want it to be uniform. I want everything to be all mixed together.
So less chunky?
Yeah, less chunky, more creamy.
Cool. That looks like a frosting now.
Yeah, I'm going to take a second to scrape down the sides. Very important to always make sure you incorporate everything you actually put into your whatever you're baking or cooking. You know, you don't want to lose all that good stuff up the side. Everybody knows this, but what if they don't? It's a good reminder.
Kitchen poster.
Oh, I was saying this earlier while we had the mixer running, so I don't know if you can hear, but my mom actually has this exact same bowl, just in brown. So Dan was asking how I know that the hand mixer is not going to break it, and I'll tell you, I know because I've seen that bowl go through a lot. It's never been broken by a hand mixer, knock on wood. It's a Mason and Cash bowl, I think, and I think they use them also on the Great British Baking Show, which I'm always like, oh, it feels like home.
Hey, Frank. And Frank is here too and says he's going to make butter tarts and tortilla for the holidays.
Aww.
And then thanks for introducing me.
Frank, it is my absolute pleasure. I'll send, Frank, if you want it, I would send you all of the various recipes I have for all these various like things. Very Canadian baking.
Hey, Karen and family.
Hi, Karen and gang.
What? Yes, indeed, the Salt King. Frank, what kind of cookies or holiday treats generally are commonplace in the Proto household this time of year?
And while you answer that, I will tell you that the next thing I'm going to put into my cookie batter is a teaspoon of salt. And I use just
kosher.
Yeah, I think it's more. No, it's Diamond Crystal kosher salt that I have in there right now. But yeah, kosher salt. And then 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Oh, I undershot it on that one. Hold on.
There you go.
I think I undershot on the first one too. This box is getting a little old. Get in there.
Ooh, Italian rainbow cookies and butter cookies.
Nice.
I feel like Italian rainbow cookies were the cookie of choice for, I don't know, they're so colorful that when you're a kid in the bakery.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't grow up with them. The first time I ever saw one was in New York. I'm doing like a heaping teaspoon of dried ginger. It's a teaspoon, but with a little wink and a nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know how much to heap?
That's a matter of taste, honestly. If I were writing this recipe, I would just say a teaspoon, but like for me, maybe a little extra ginger. And I know you're a ginger guy, so I'm not worried about it.
Yes, it's true.
I don't know if rainbow cookies are also in Italy, but I know that they're very much in New York, and not at all in Halifax, Nova Scotia that I ever saw. But they're a treat. It is definitely, they're colorful.
Yeah.
I always think they're going to taste different than they do because the colors are mostly food coloring.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, is it going to be pistachio?
Yeah,
and it's like, no, it's just green flavor.
It would be like an interesting experiment to see if you could
make like a
true rainbow.
I feel like it would be tasty to do it with like.
I feel like so hard to.
Yeah. What do you think?
Frank says that Rose and Joe's have good ones.
Nice.
Do you know Rose and Joe's?
No, I don't.
No.
You know, I think I'm really showing my like a real blind spot in terms of.
I know.
My cookie knowledge.
So many things we don't know about cookies.
Oh, to just say, I did the heaping teaspoon of ginger and then a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and then this is a half teaspoon of ground cloves that are going in here. And then I'm going to do, I have pre-measured out 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to do half of this now, and then I'm going to mix it, maybe a little less than half. Last time I did it kind of floured everywhere. And then I'm going to do the second half of
it did Mars. Oh.
flour.
All right, that's very close to us, so we'll go.
Yes.
Thank you for that tip.
And here we go.
Do it.
I keep forgetting I have to do this.
I have the other extension cord here.
It's just because I'm right-handed and it's going that way. Anyway.
When in the chat, when Frank was mentioning butter tarts, Emily has a good video on making them that folks can check out.
Yeah, for sure.
And Frank has a great video on tortilla where Emily was a guest.
That's right. I made tortilla with Frank. Actually, I think that's also on my channel. Because we made the
That's right.
channel, which it was
also an excellent dessert. That was a good day for me to be in the background.
That tortilla is great. I'm tooting my own horn here, but like I think I'm happy with how that turned out, and you should, if you haven't tried making it, it's a really great like holiday meat pie basically, and what's not to love about that? And so this, as you can see, I'm going to add another cup of flour, but it's like almost frosting consistency right now. But ginger flavor.
It looks like a less
cookie.
like a less solid peanut butter, or like a peanut butter that's been.
Yeah, so you just want it to be like uniform. Basically, that's what I'm going for. I don't want to like over mix it, but I don't want to under mix it and have it be like clumps of stuff in there.
Yeah.
These are super easy cookies. It's literally, I said this earlier, but it's like one bowl. They bake for like 8 minutes. They are so tasty, very holiday, and you can refrigerate the dough if you want to like get a little extra fancy with it. But like honestly, you can scoop it while it's soft, and bing bang boom, you got cookies in half an hour. All right, flour in. Dan, what are you most excited to eat in Canada while we're there?
Oh man, it's going to be a really good couple of weeks.
Or drink, I suppose. There's no reason you couldn't say drink.
Well, he's your parents' old partner, but was also our officiant at our wedding. Has a eggnog party every year, which I've missed until this year.
Yeah, one of my parents' best friends has an eggnog party every year, except that he hasn't since 2019. So we're very excited to go to the eggnog party because his eggnog is famous for being very potent, but also very good. And the party is fun. It's like a very classic like holiday party. You're at somebody's house, you're milling around. There's like 40 to 60 people, most of whom you don't know.
And then the other thing that you do around this time of year, but don't do other times of year, is the
I forgot what
Olay. There you go. Yeah. Is your sticky apple pudding with the toffee sauce?
The sticky apple pudding with toffee sauce is something that my grandmother always made. My mom makes now. I have made it a few times, but I'm still sort of like, this oven runs hot, so I feel like when I've made it here, it's like not been exactly right.
It's been just good enough for me.
Yeah, Dan's been happy, but I'm still working on I'll share that recipe whenever I feel like I can show it properly. All right, more flour.
There's the last pass.
There's like a little bit more. Which I'm just going to add on the go, I think. Yeah.
Sorry.
Come on down. Whoa. Can you get any closer? Yeah.
It seems like it's more of a solid now.
It's definitely getting thicker. And then I'm just going to add the end of my 2 cups of flour. Boink. I'll mix it. And then we're going to roll it in sugar and bake it at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes.
And Orville says, how you doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
That must have been or if you just tuned in, Orville, that was probably a weird opening.
Yeah,
shot.
I hope that this sound isn't absolutely horrible. I'm actually going to, I said this in my newsletter, but I'm going to say it here too. This has been really fun doing monthly live streams, but we're going to take a few months off while I figure out if I can do something that's more technically beautiful and like fun to watch in terms of like, either getting like a camera that flips or like, I don't know, just doing a better job. I'm going to figure it out. And if I can't, such is life. So long story short, this will be the last of our monthly live streams for a bit. But I think that it's been a blast. And this one in particular, I love this recipe. So I'm going to finish it up and we'll keep talking.
Orville was watching the Flash show.
Oh. That's fun.
The network one, or is the Flash show a YouTube channel also? I'm thinking of like the Flash.
Oh yeah, is that the one with that actor?
I don't remember.
Is that one with that actor?
The CW. Yeah, the CW one. Yeah.
Okay, right. I've actually never seen that. Is it good?
I've heard really good things about it.
We are extremely excited for the return to BritBox of season 8 of Shetland.
Yeah. If anyone likes British crime shows.
Yeah, Shetland is our favorite one. It's like British crime drama set in the Shetland Islands in northern Scotland. And it's on season 8, and we love it. And the new season just premiered on BritBox, although it's been playing in the UK for like a few weeks now, so we're a little behind. But we've seen the first episode, and then I guess they're releasing it weekly here. So we'll be watching along. I'm just mixing in the last. There was like a little bit of flour that was still sort of stuck, but I think that's good. Yeah. I declare that to be perfectly good.
Ooh, it's currently on season 7. All right, that's a good. We'll add it to our show list.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any show recommendations? Frank, what have you been watching lately?
And then Kang says, question for experts. What are some commonly believed facts about baking that you guys think aren't entirely true?
I feel like I'm really specifically not an expert, but I will nonetheless attempt to answer. I feel like baking isn't hard. You just do have to actually measure. I think that when I first started baking, I was like, kitchen skills are pointless. Like, what? Like, I'll do like a cup versus like, who cares? 312 grams versus 313. But I actually do think a kitchen scale does make a huge difference, because like a cup, if it's like a little under or a little overfilled, can be a really different amount, which can really kind of change the chemistry of things, which is like not such a big deal when you're making like your grandmother's recipe that you've seen made a bunch of times and like what it's supposed to look like. But if you're doing someone else's somewhat complicated recipe, one little thing can go wrong and then it'll just never do the thing it's supposed to do, or like it'll be too tight and you won't know how to fix it. And it's, so I think a kitchen scale is a really great. So my own misconception was that I didn't really need to measure by weight, and I think that now I'm into it.
I'm also not an expert, but the thing that got me about baking, I don't know if this is both like a give yourself a break or there's much more to worry about than you may have thought, but things can go wrong too, just based on the temperature of the room you're baking.
Oh yeah, I think that baking in some ways isn't that hard, and in other ways is, in that like it's not. I feel like a lot of people are sort of intimidated by it, because there is sort of like a chemistry aspect, and it's not like I put the meat on the fire, the meat cooks.
Yeah.
It's like you have to do stuff and it has to come together, and you kind of have to know what all the different steps mean. But at the same time, like a lot of times when things go wrong, it's not your fault.
Right.
Like there were a lot of times, the first time I tried to make croissants when I was like, I don't know, I want to say 19, and it went really, really poorly. But it was because it was like the middle of the summer in New York, and I was like, I can't get the butter to do what it says it's supposed to do. And I was like, I guess I'm not a good baker. But really, it was like 100 degrees. It was impossible. It was never.
It's just like an extra variable to be aware of. And Frank is watching the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't. I started the finale, but I haven't watched it yet.
No spoilers on this channel. No spoilers.
But I'm also watching it. I love the Great British Baking Show. I just think they're wonderful.
And Orville's watching old Disney movies. That's great.
Do you want one of these?
Yeah.
Take it. I'll save mine for later, but I am gonna lick that. I'm just not on camera. Okay. I have here a greased baking sheet, and I'm actually going to grab my scoop, which is right here. And I have a little plate of sugars. I have granulated sugar, and then I have turbinado sugar. I said this at the start of the stream, but I know people are kind of like coming in. So I'll just say again that the ginger sparkle in these ginger sparkle cookies, which is the name of this recipe, is the sugar that you roll it in. And sorry, I just accidentally made eye contact with Dane while he was practicing kissing on the what's that called, beater. But you can use like fun, colorful sugars and stuff like that. I'm using these two. The original recipe called for granulated, which is why that, and I think it does give it that kind of like subtle sparkle. But I think also Turbinado is delicious, and you can see it a little bit more prominently in the final cookie.
They're bigger crystals, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So in case you don't know either the terminology or just generally, so the turbinado is these kind of like big raw crystal of sugar, whereas the granulated is this like very fine white sugar. And we're going to do it both ways. And I'm just going to scoop a couple of these. And I have a swap, so I'll do a few of them, and then I'll put them in the oven, and then I'll pull out the finished ones, and we can talk about them. Taste them, have a nice time, you know. Let me see, what's a good way to make this visible? There we go. Okay, so this scoop is a little bigger than the cookie needs to be, so I'm just sort of eyeballing it. But basically, I'm going to roll it. This is a pretty sticky dough, so if you want to refrigerate it a little bit before doing this, you absolutely can. And then I'm just going to roll it. Once it hits the sugar, that makes it easier to handle, thank goodness. These are sort of like peanut butter cookies in that way. I think a lot of people roll peanut butter cookies in sugar, too. And they also become less sticky when you do that to handle. These are broadly just sort of like a really gentle ginger cookie. They're like a little bit chewy. They're not like a hard snap.
It also seems like a good one to do with like socially with family members or like,
this is such
if you have
an easy
nieces and
cookie
nephews
that
or
you
kids.
could absolutely. Did I say already that I pre-greased this pan? Because I did.
She pre-greased them.
I greased that pan up. I greased it up good.
I've just about cleared this, so I'm gonna put it in this.
So I did 2 granulated sugar ones, and now I'll do quickly 2 turbinado ones. I feel like demerara sugar would work. Like I said, a lot of people use like the red and green colorful ones for the holidays, which makes perfect sense.
You also said you were going to talk about that chicken tenders.
Oh, chicken tenders. Oh, so today on Epicurious, the 4 levels of chicken tenders video came out, which I shot a couple months ago. And I am thrilled that it is out because now I can tell you that those chicken tenders are one of my favorite recipes I've ever written for them. They're so good. And someone on the production crew said they were the best chicken tenders they'd ever had, which has never otherwise happened to me. Sometimes people are like, wow, these are actually really good. But very rarely are they like, holy crap.
Well, where can people find your recipe?
I haven't posted it yet, but it will be in the Kitchen Dispatch, my newsletter, my free newsletter. Either the one that I will be putting out in 2 weeks, or if I don't have time to type it up before Christmas because the holidays, it'll be out in the first one in January. But so I use like pickle juice to brine them, or like pickle brine from the jar to like as part of the marinade, and then fry them, and they're a little spicy. They're really good. They're really good. I now have cookie dough all over my fingers, so I'm going to wash my fingers off real fast, and then I'm going to put these in the oven, and then I'll pull out the swabs.
And then while you're doing that, Orville is saying that the original Snow White is better than the remake. That tracks.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen...
The remake.
No, that's not fair. I haven't seen the remake of Snow White. I didn't even know there was a remake of Snow White.
Yeah, well, they're all the battle ones with like Kristen Stewart and Angelina Jolie, right?
Yeah, I guess. Is that actually? I guess isn't that like in the Huntsman?
Yeah, the Huntsman. Yeah.
I mean, I would be thrilled to see it. I haven't.
I feel like Huntsman's like a good title for a business card.
All right, I'm gonna very foolishly just put these 3 cookies in, just so that we can keep things moving.
All right.
And then I'll probably refrigerate this and cook the rest of it. I mean, I will. I'm going to refrigerate the rest of this and cook it in the morning, I think. Yeah.
And then, Kong, what were you watching before the live stream?
And magic of cinema. Wow, finished cookies. Yay.
Wow. Freyo, I think, was doing one of the maybe are you gonna send out cookie sample tins to the viewers?
Oh, maybe. I don't hate that idea at all. Okay, I'm gonna bring these over so you can see the 2 different cookies. I feel like it's gonna be hard to see.
Oh, nice, the chicken tenders video. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, hi from Hawaii.
Okay, so this is actually a better way. Okay, so you can see the turbinado sugar has like it actually like you can really see it, and then the granulated sugar almost melts into it, but it just leaves it like a little sparkly, which is why it sparkles. It kind of looks like a New York City sidewalk in the positive way. You want to try these? Dan, come here and try it. Try my cookies. Cheers.
Cheers.
No. Wonderful.
Very soft on the inside.
Yeah, they have like a crispy rim, and then they're soft in the middle. They're just like a classic ginger cookie, I feel like.
I want to dip this in my cocoa.
Yeah, I feel like if Oreo hadn't already taken Milk's favorite cookie, nice glass of milk would be good. But yeah, very soft, very tender cookie. Just the right level of salt. I shouldn't be talking with my mouth full. I can't help it. I was like, I'll stop biting now, and then I kept going. But yeah, I think one of the things I love about these cookies is that they're just like a little on the salty side.
I'll come to a joke.
Like they're not overly salty, but they just like they have enough salt to sort of like balance out the sweet and the spicy, right?
And you get a good crunch from the sugar crystals.
And I feel like I guess you had the turbinado one, which gives more texture, whereas this one the texture really just comes from like around the edges. It kind of like crunches up. But they're great cookies. I mean, for me, they're very nostalgic, but I think they're also, just like sort of an easy, very like lovable holiday kind of cookie.
Just like you.
I'm a lovable holiday cookie. Anyway, I will type up the recipe and put it in the description of this video after the live stream ends. And I will also post what I'm going to put. Okay. Sorry, the wheels are turning. I'm gonna definitely put this recipe
in this month's newsletter.
In the newsletter before Christmas. And with that, I will include a photo of my actual like family beat up like paper recipe, just so you can see the original.
Where it all came from.
Yeah. And those are ginger sparkle cookies.
Yay!
Yay!
That was really good.
Yeah. I didn't put a timer on for these cookies. I'll just check them in like 4 minutes.
Quick, people watching us, tell us how long we've been. This is how we put it in.
But yeah, how's everybody doing? What did I miss?
Suji says hello from Hawaii. And Rob Gibson says, congratulations on your 2nd star level, Emily.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really exciting to level up, and like I don't know, it's been like a challenge to create better recipes, but a good challenge. It was like that was what I wanted in a lot of ways, was like when you're doing the level 1 stuff, it's like, if I came in and I said I'm gonna do like X, Y, Z extra steps, they'd be like, well, we'd rather if you did the basic version, which I would, is really the level of cooking I was at, but this sort of gives me a chance to like
that leads
push
to
my boundaries push my capability. And
well, at least the next thing, which is if not this next one, then the newsletter afterwards, you have to put the chicken tenders recipe.
Yes, and what I'm really trying to say
as an independent bystander, I can vouch for their deliciousness.
Are you really an independent bystander?
Fully independent.
Yeah.
No bias.
Observer, unbiased. Dan liked them too.
And then Frank says, we hope you have a great time in Canada. Let's get together in the new year.
Frank,
absolutely.
We love that. Yeah. And everybody, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for hanging out. And maybe someday I'll send out cookies. We'll see. Until next time, take care, and I'll see ya.
Happy holidays, happy New Year, everyone.
Bye. Yes.